Hello everyone, I'm your host Eli the Fatigued. Welcome back to WoW. Yeah, you'll see a lot of that. Anyway, today I'm going to A, teach you guys, and B, teach my wife, who is also here. Hello, Starlight Violets.
Hello. Hey, everyone.
I'm going to teach you guys how to play classes in WoW. In general, this is just a general guide with, I guess, technically a more direct guide of rogues, since I am currently playing a rogue. My rogue is level 50 with an item level of 81. So, first off, I'm not a professional WoW player in any way. I would never say that. Am I a good WoW player? Probably. And all of that comes down to a few rules that I try to keep in mind. And I'll say them here really quick. 1. Sort your hotbar and your toolbars. I don't care how good you are or how good you think you are. There's going to be a moment where you're panicking while looking for one of your abilities to keep yourself alive. Again, I don't care how good you are, I don't care how good you think you are. Sort your hotbars. After I sorted Starlight Violet's hotbar,
For both my rogue and my mage, I will say.
Her DPS just jumped through the roof.
It's been so much easier.
She's actually been keeping up with me in terms of DPS on one of the characters, and that's... Given how much I play, I feel like that's an achievement since she plays like maybe a 10th of the time that I play. I should turn the music down just a bit, sorry about that. Okay. So, sort your hotbars. I'll give you an idea of where to start if you don't know where to start. Generally, I try to keep within the first 6 abilities. Hang on, let me stop the wing sound, it's actually annoying me. I try to keep the first 6 abilities are ones that I'm going to be using fairly constantly. You know, Stealth, Hurricane Storm for AoE, Rupture, Eviscerate, Slice and Dice, and of course my Backstab. This is of course out of Stealth. Shadow Step's really good because it's a movement ability. You can jump to an enemy, you know, within 25 yards, by the looks of it, according to the bottom right. Shadow Dance, really good, really good, because it allows you to use your stealth abilities. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. First 6 abilities I'm using, if not constantly, then fairly regularly. After that, the next 6 are ones that I either just have to, you know, one-time use, or ones that are one-time use per battle, but I want to use them first before anything else. That's what these next 6 are for. Shadow Step, I don't use too often, because usually if I'm fighting them. If I want to jump to another enemy to pull them into the combat, great, that's perfect. Shadow Dance, if I'm starting to have issues staying alive, it's really useful. And Sprint, well, that Sprint is Sprint. I just like having it on my hotbar because I do have a Razer gaming mouse, so that this may vary according to your setup. You might have them up here, or whatever you want to do. Secret technique, I actually don't remember what I use this for. I just remember it's really good and that's why I put it there. I haven't played my rogue in like 2 weeks, so I'm a little rusty. And then Shiv is really good because it dispels enrage and implies a concentrated form of your active non-lethal poison. I also try to have my active Covenant abilities here, the ones that I use actively. If not, I have them up here, like my Necrolord's Flesh, I forget what it's called, but the one that gives you a shield. I have that here.
Fleshcraft.
Yes, thank you. Fleshcraft. And then I have my Mage's Lichborn ability right here. But for my Death Knight, I believe I have the class ability down here. So it varies class to class, and some classes have a lot more stuff. Like mages, my hotbar and toolbars are just filled to the brim. Like everything is filled. It's ridiculous. And then over here, I have survival abilities. On my warrior, I just pop one after the other when I'm in trouble. Same with my Death Knight and my druid. No, my druid, I actually have a couple of my survival abilities here. because I use them fairly often, because the Druid self-heal is really powerful. Druids are really OP. They're great. Alright. Moving on. Hey, that's a good segue. Learn your class and your abilities. And this is what I'm saying. Learn your class and your abilities. I know sometimes I forget, and I know other people forget too, and that's okay. It's just sometimes when you need to, take a moment, take a few combats, and learn your abilities. Like, let's see if I can find an enemy. Yeah, perfect. Lamb. Fast speed attack. I think the combat sounds are a little bit too loud. At least on my end. And then, of course, you know, I can do this, and then I can use that ability. Very strong. You know, just learn your class, learn your abilities, and learn how to use them effectively. Would I say I know perfectly how to play a rogue? No. Can I survive as a rogue and do fairly well? Yes. And that's because I've learned my class and my abilities. Because it's helpful to know what abilities will keep you alive when it matters most. These two are essential. And this one is also good, because AoE damage sucks. And this is also really good because it generates energy. It's important, it's good. And of course, yes, I am playing a subtlety rogue, so it may vary with outlaw and assassin. Or assassination, I haven't really used those too much.
Yeah, I play an assassination rogue as a comparison.
Yeah, and then Preston plays an outlaw, I believe. So. Alright. Number 3, try to keep calm. It is so important to keep calm because if you're worried about dying and you're not thinking about what ability or what thing to use next, you're not going to have to worry because you're just going to die. It's more important to worry about what abilities you need to use next rather than whether you're going to die or not. Because ultimately, whether you die or not doesn't matter if you've used all your abilities that you can. Because if you use all your abilities to the best, maybe not best, if you use all your abilities when crap hits the fan, you at least did your best. And then you can learn from that and do better. And that's very important. So try to keep calm and try to stay focused. I know it's hard. Trust me. I know. I was just playing on my mage and, well, I died. And that's just a thing. That happens. Starlight was there, right?
I was there.
Mm-hmm. I died. But I didn't freak out as I was dying. I was trying to figure out what ability would keep me alive. And I popped all my abilities. That's cool. She just gave me some ice cream. I popped all my abilities, and I still died. Well, I learned from that, and I pulled less enemies. Because granted, I had pulled like 20 enemies. So.
Which you should probably not do as a mage.
Well, it was Torghast, and it was Torghast like item level 185, and I was item level 230, so it wasn't a big deal. So I just pulled like 12 instead. And then I was fine. That's another thing, is keep moving on. This is number 4. Keep moving on. No, seriously, just keep moving. If you die, then you die and you can try again. And this all leads into a perfect segue for rule number 5. Learn your limits, both for your character and for yourself, with how much you can handle. This will vary between tanks, DPS, and healers, as well as item level. So just learn what you think you can handle, depending on your item level, the enemy's level, their power level, etc., etc. Because the enemies do scale very differently between, you know, Ardenweald and Zereth Mortis and Mythic Plus and Torghast Plus and all that crap, you know? So, just keep that in mind. I'm gonna see if I can do this real quick.
Yeah, that last lesson was something I had to learn recently since,
Got him. Haha!
I was, I was working on the Suramar quests for Legion, because that's where I left off on one of my main characters that I've been playing lately.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized that my item level was too low, and with
Well-
the way that everything had changed since Legion's expansion, we would need to level me up before we continued.
Yeah, she
So
had...
we took a break, and then I came back to it, and I was able to do it.
Yeah, she had item level 50. She was level 50 with item level 50 because the level squashed all her items that may have been like much, much higher level down to level 50, which was really sad, honestly. It was not great.
Because the last time I played this character was when Legion was the most recent expansion, and like even when they had just released Argus as like the playable area. That was the last time I'd play that character, so all of those items were very good quality, really
Like,
cool stuff.
some of them were from like high-level raids and stuff too. Like, she had some really good gear for back then.
Yep. Really good gear for 2017.
So we just got her up to level 50, got her into Shadowlands, got her to higher item level, and you know, just got her to the point where she could actually take care of some of the enemies that were in Legion, because some of the enemies in Legion are stupid powerful for their level. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Oh, sad.
I mean, the item level's slightly better.
Yeah, but ultimately, I think I'm sad because I made those rings using my jewel crafter.
Oh.
And so I'm like, ooh, hoo, hoo, but it's only 4 item levels higher. But it also has that passive effect of falling below 20% health, releases a cloud of dream dust. So that's really good. Also, you guys may have noticed that during that combat, yes, I was really close to death. But I didn't.
Just cool.
Yeah, I didn't freak out. I was just like, okay, well, just pop my abilities and then keep moving forward. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, both getting her item level up and that combat, because it is actually sometimes really hard to find that stupid moth. It's really easy on a hunter because you can just tell your pet to go here and point him at the area, and then aggro an what's it called? Aggro another enemy to him using your redirect spell and stuff. Okay, what the heck? Everything's dead here. Oh, probably because of that guy. No, excuse me. So one of the big things that I do try to keep in mind is the enemy's HP. And that's something that I kind of have like as a semi-rule, but not as a real rule, is if they have double your HP, you're going to have trouble. Ooh, excuse me. This will, of course, vary between tanks, healers, and DPS, and of course, item level. Because item level is really important in Shadowlands. By the way, if you don't know that this video is about Shadowlands, I don't know how to help you. I honestly don't. But anyway. Yeah, the important thing is just keep calm, keep moving. Sometimes keep moving. Some DPS classes, of course, cannot move, like mages. And they have ways to go around that. They have, the blink ability to move out of the enemy fire, use your Frost Nova to freeze the enemy, of course, and all that fun stuff. And of course, if you're one of those people that likes to stand still while fighting, like me, you can do that too. But just mentally, keep moving, keep thinking, keep working on trying to take care of your character and yourself. Because ultimately, what matters most is you as a person, and not stressing yourself out too much.
Yeah, this is a game where you're supposed to have fun.
Indeed. So that's why I have this little tutorial of how to play your classes, how to kind of learn them a little bit, and just have fun with the game. Because to me, something so important is learning the game. Oh wait, that's not devouring hydras. Okay. Is having fun with the game, and yes, learning the game has been really fun for me too. I really enjoy learning this game, and especially the different classes. I don't know why I enjoy playing the different classes, I just do. And I have, I think, 5 level 60s now. 2 of them are warriors, to be fair, because warriors are great. Oh, Fury Warrior. Oh my gosh, Fury Warrior is so good. So yeah. And then on top of that, again, keep in mind your limits. I probably, I think I picked off a little bit more than I can chew here. So I'm going to pop one of my survival abilities right there, and probably the other one just to survive a little bit. I also have a passive effect that allows me to heal over time while I'm in stealth mode, which is what I just did there.
It's too far away.
Which is why it's so important for me to have Shadow Dance on my hotbar, because I can heal during Shadow Dance. Just a passive heal over time during Shadow Dance. It's so strong, especially when you're trying to solo content. Again, this is me talking about how to solo content. It is very different when you're playing with other people. It is a heck of a lot easier, for one.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I tend to prefer playing with you.
Yeah.
Like, I like doing stuff by myself, but
Mm-hmm.
I find it easier, especially because Mage is one of my favorite classes, but it's a very squishy class.
Very squishy.
Yeah. And so it's a lot easier to kind of balance everything out. It's why, like, the tank DPS healer system is a thing. So
Exactly.
you can consider how you best fit in with your group.
Closer.
Like, oh, I can absorb a bunch of damage, or oh, I can heal the others, or I can do a lot of damage, but I kind of need to stay away from everything else.
Exactly. And I'm definitely more of a tank player. I prefer playing tanks. And if I don't play tanks, I prefer healer. DPS is actually my least favorite class to play.
I think I enjoy DPS the most.
Most people do, which is why you find the queues very easy to queue for tanks. Yeah, it's stupid easy to queue for tanks in like dungeons and stuff because no one wants to play tank because it stresses them out. And this is again one of those things that I'm just saying, like, you can keep those rules that I've told you and use them with your friends. Because some of them do apply with other people. You know, keep calm, keep moving on, know your limits, learn your class.
Yeah, and if you're feeling too overwhelmed, it's okay to take a break. To just kind of turn off the game for a sec, get yourself a snack, maybe
Your beverage of choice.
Yeah, beverage of choice, water, tea, what have you.
I don't have a target.
And just decompress a little.
So the main reason I wanted to make this video was A, for my darling Starlight Violets, because she's been learning how to play Rogue, and just honestly, I've been in trouble a few times, but I've kept calm, I've kept moving on, and let's see if I can find that ability. Soothing Darkness. Mwah. This is they highly recommend it on Wowhead in their, class guides. And yes, I have been using Icy Veins and Wowhead to learn my class. Why wouldn't I? I want to learn how to play my class effectively so that I can solo stuff or play stuff with other people. But this is a highly recommended ability, especially for rogues. Granted, I don't know if the other 2 specializations have access to that talent.
I don't know if they do. I'd have to look.
Okay. So, feel free to leave a comment whether you know or not, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I've been your host, Eli the Fatigued, joined by my lovely wife, Starlight Violets.
That's me.
And if you've enjoyed any dimension of this episode of just random fun, well, I don't know what I'm going to call this. Either way, if you've enjoyed this, if you found it helpful in any way, please don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe, because it really does help support my channel more than you guys realize, or at least more than most people realize, because it really does help. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.